What's up everybody, Full Manga Alchemist here, and today I'm going to be jumping into what I personally and truly believe is one of the most underrated, underappreciated manga ever. And I hope just one person in this that watches this video gives this manga a chance. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Okay, as you can tell from the manga behind me, my most underrated manga that I believe is probably the most underappreciated one that I've ever seen is Black Torch. Black Torch is just your run-of-the-mill Shonen Jump manga that didn't live a full life cycle. It only made it to volume 5, and I think that is just insane to me. Just the level of character development and just passion that I can see that got poured into this manga, it deserves way more than it got. So we're gonna jump straight into the plot, and I'm not gonna like spoil a lot of it because again, I want you as the audience to give this a chance, and it's only 5 volumes, so it's not a big dive. So we'll start out. The main character name is Jiro. Jiro is what I consider the punk teen of Shonen Jump, like kind of like a Yusuke Urameshi is the punk teen archetype of a Jump protagonist, and that is what Jiro is. He is the punk kid that just doesn't get along with people, and he honestly cares more for animals than really anything else. And that's where we step in and find his feline friend, Reigo. Reigo is not your ordinary cat, and frankly, Jiro's relationship with him isn't very ordinary either. See, Jiro has this power where he can speak to animals. He uses this several times throughout the manga, where he lends a helping hand to animals for various different reasons, and he also gets animals to help him, be it in combat or just neighborhood, missions or whatever he decides to do, like birds. He used birds in a combat little encounter that he had, which I feel like is a very interesting way for combat to get played out, just using your environment like that. That's another one of the reasons why I enjoy this manga so much. But moving on to the Jiro and Reigo's relationship as a pair. When I said Reigo's not a normal cat, it's because this world happens to be populated with the magical, mystical beasts of legend, Mononoke, and they normally reside in forests or just different kind of biomes, and some places, villages, will consider the Mononoke that reside around them as to be gods, and Reigo just happens to be one of the most powerful Mononoke to ever live, and luckily for everyone, he has stepped away from that life. But they end up meeting because Reigo is injured and Jiro helps him, and he doesn't understand why this cat is so weary of human interaction. But the story takes an insane turn where they accidentally, for reasons I will leave out, meld. This leaves Jiro and Reigo as one. They are one being, and that encounter that attracts the attention of what our main organization in this is, the Bureau of Espionage. Essentially, it has been a long-standing clan of ninjas that over the ages has fell into bureaucracy and paperwork and divisions. So that's where you get the rest of these characters. They're all a part of the Bureau of Espionage. and they need to keep an eye on Jiro because they understand that Reigo is one of the most powerful Mononoke ever. And that just spirals into a crazy, wild world of Mononoke trying to get Reigo to use his power, and the espionage is like, should we just kill Jiro, or what should happen here to really get Reigo's power and put it to good use. And poor Jiro, being the punk kid he is just stuck in the middle, screaming, can't you all just leave me the hell alone? And you kind of feel for him a little bit. Moving on to the art, I personally believe that the art is very, very detailed, and I love that the landscapes gave a lot of attention in this manga. A lot of mangaka, you either see vice versa. They'll really detail their landscapes, but their character models are kind of meh. I think his character models are pretty average, but the landscapes are just gorgeous. And that is another reason why it is so saddening to see this manga not get the appreciation it deserves, because this mangaka is insanely talented when it comes to art. I also really enjoy the way he illustrates power-ups. We all know shonen animes, you know, characters go through power-ups. They what you would say is level up in their abilities, especially protagonists, and the way he illustrates and changes Jiro's character model to portray a upgrade in power is pretty unique, and I think it is a very unusual way of looking at it. Normally you just think he would get faster or whatever, but he actually incorporates Ragu's actual being into that design. Now, overall, my feelings, everyone, if you're watching this video right now, you should understand my feelings at this point. I freaking love this manga. I think it is a trip, and unfortunately, the fact that it only made it to volume 5 is quite saddening, but I give the mangaka credit. He knew that the manga was coming to an end, and in volume 5 he tied up the story in such a way that it really solved the problem. Of course it's going to feel a tad rushed, but I mean, your manga's ending, you know, you can't really, you know, not rush things that you've had planned to go for so many volumes. And he also left it a little open, so if at some point he was able to bring Black Torch back and it get published again, he could continue with his story. And I really appreciate that faith that maybe one day he will get to write Black Torch again. And when I say the love and just work he poured into this manga, because one of the last things in volume 5 that's not in the actual manga, it's just the afternote, it's just how appreciative he was for the people that did read it and did pick it up and did enjoy it. And I you know, normally if something's ending, sometimes they don't do that. Like there's some manga that are just like, yeah man, I wrote this, it failed, that sucks, but whatever. And there's ones that you can tell honestly appreciated every single person that read this manga. And I think it should get more of a boost than it does. I think the character development's there, I think the art's there, I think the story's there. I mean, man, you have ninjas, you have demons, you have talking animals, you have punk teen protagonists. That's just one for me. I like the punk teens, whatever. You've got powers, you've got swords, you've got freaking dudes in white suits. You got it all. It's such a cool, intricate world that was built in 5 volumes. And if I can, you know, have anything to go away with, you know, you watching this and you take something away from it, 5 volumes is not much. I think they sell for $8 on Amazon new. Go pick these up. I mean, especially if you're a small collector, or if you don't have a lot of money, or if you are looking for a complete series on a budget, Dude, Black Torch is the way to go. You will not be disappointed. And I mean, if you don't like it, go ahead, message me. Tell me, hey man, I thought it was trash. And I've read trash shonen. I have trash shonen on my shelf. Go watch my manga collection. You'll be like, man, that's some trash shonen. I don't think this is trash. And it bothers me that other shonens that are clearly not as good get more press and more praise than one that I feel like just probably hit at the wrong time. I feel like if this hit a year before it did, it probably would be at 20 volumes, which is probably where I think it needs to be. A 20 volume series would probably finish this out. And I just hope that even one person decides that they want to go and check this manga out. So that's about all I got, guys. I really appreciate everybody stopping by. If you have read Black Torch, comment down below. Tell me what you thought of it. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, even if it's wrong about Black Torch. And I appreciate everybody stopping by. So keep reading manga and be good to each other. See you guys.